All I got to say is welcome back, Edgerrin Cooper and Romeo Dobbs. Welcome to another exciting edition of Go Pack Go all day. And I am your favorite uncle on YouTube. The Green Bay Packers went up against the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. They pull out the victory and they win 30-13. This was a must-win for the Packers. No, not exactly a must-win, but a good win to help secure a playoff spot. So for the Packers, game breakdown here, okay? They start off with the first drive. They were just running the ball down the throats of the Seattle Seahawks. And Josh Jacobs gets the running touchdown. The next drive for the Packers, Romeo Dobbs catches the ball in the end zone. And at this point, it's 14-0. You know, it's almost like, okay, if the Packers score 2 more touchdowns, then I can go to sleep early and not even have to think about watching the rest of the game. But me being a Packers fan, I stayed up and watched. So eventually, the Seahawks, they scored their field goal, whatever, 14-3. Packers are up. Then the Packers turn around and score their field goal with McManus. He's been amazing. So it's 17-3. And McManus scores another field goal for the Packers. So it's 20-3 at the half. So 20-3 at the half. Packers are up by 17. Things are looking good. Seahawks turn around and get a field goal. So it's 20-6. Then McManus scores a field goal and it's 23-6. So again, the Packers were up by 17. Things are looking okay, looking pretty smooth. Geno Smith got hurt on a rush by Edgerrin Cooper. So that was interesting, you know. Even though Geno Smith wasn't really doing much, because after he got swapped out, there was a touchdown by the Seahawks, and it was 23-13. So the Packers were only up by 10 points at this point. But the Packers were playing smartly on offense for the most part. Romeo Dobbs catches a huge pass in the end zone where from the naked eye it kind of looked like the ball hit the ground, but it didn't. And the instant replay, when they slowed it down, it's like, whoa. Romeo Dobbs caught that thing. And so the key players of the game, in my opinion, number one, Romeo Dobbs. This guy, he had 2 tutties. He was rocking the Guardian cap, a.k.a. the helmet condom. And this guy, he returned from concussion protocol. So if the guy's got to wear a helmet condom, I'm okay with that. You know, the guy was playing a hell of a game. It was great to see Romeo Dobbs back. He didn't get to play against the Dirty Lions last Thursday, but that's okay, you know. It's great to see him back. He's a big part of this offense. Edgerrin Cooper returns to the Packers in this game, and he gets a key sack and a huge interception in this game. It's a young player. I believe he was a second-round pick for the Packers in the past draft. Then you had Carrington Valentine. Big interception there. And Edgerrin Cooper and Carrington Valentine could have had other interceptions in this game, but they got the key ones, so that's all that matters. So if they can continue to get interceptions on defense for the Packers, they're going to look pretty good in the future, especially in the playoffs. Key takeaways for the Packers, Jordan Love has been protecting the football pretty well. He hasn't thrown an interception, I think, in the past 3 weeks. So that's awesome. Josh Jacobs, the running game has been phenomenal. He had 94 yards rushing. Except sometimes out of nowhere when they're just going to try to run the ball up the middle on third down, I'm just like, what are you guys doing here? You know, they kind of have to switch things up when it comes to that. Christian Watson with another decent amount of catches, 56 yards total. Jordan Love was doing great with spreading that ball around across the whole field to different players. You really can't pinpoint who's the number one receiver on this team because you never know who the target's going to be. I kind of like that. Tucker Kraft had some key catches in the game. He pretty much threw one ball up for grabs to Tucker Kraft and he pulled away with the catch. So looking ahead, the Green Bay Packers go up against the New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. I think New Orleans Saints are still trying to fight for a spot in the playoffs, but I think if the Packers win this game, they're pretty much in the playoffs. And then a week after that, they go up against the Vikings. Some people say that the Vikings are, that the refs will try to make sure the Vikings win this game because they want that Vikings and Dirty Lions game to be a somewhat of a meaningful game towards the end of the season. But I'm not quite too sure about that. At least in this game here, the Packers winning 30-13 against the Seahawks. The refs called a fair game. And the last game of the season against the Chicago Embarrassing Bears, I don't think that game's going to even matter. So looking ahead, if the Packers can continue to improve offensively, defensively, protect that football, things are looking bright. And I think a lot of teams out there, when they get to the playoffs, they don't want to go head-to-head with the Packers. So Detroit Lions, they have a banged-up defense right now. Their top guy, their top running back, Montgomery, is out for the season. So that kind of changes the dynamic of that team. And I think, in my honest opinion, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers are the top two teams on the NFC side. And then on the AFC side, right now it's the Buffalo Bills. They're just really dominant offense, but they keep giving up a whole lot of points defensively. So you never know what can happen in this football league. The playoffs are a new season. They're almost here, and we're just 3 weeks away of knowing who's in the playoffs for sure. So on that note, go Cadillac, have a nice day. Hit that like and subscribe button, and go Pack Go all day.